Hey everybody, welcome back. I got the Joe Lepone Beretta finished, so I thought I'd show it to you and show you what the new project I started on. Actually, I say this is finished, and it is, except for the Joe Lepone decals on the windows, which I don't have yet. I'm waiting on slicks because I don't want to order them now because they have some new sheets coming out that I want that should be ready next week. So I'm holding off so I can order everything at once, and I can stick them on anytime. It's not a big deal. But let me go in a little bit closer here and I'll show you this. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, just like everything else, it had some problems, gave me some problems, but I think overall it came out pretty good. Wheelie bars are a little messed up, which I kind of scratch built those. They really don't touch the ground like it's showing here. It's just that I have this sitting on a chair on a stack of paper, and so it's not a perfectly flat surface. Yeah, hood's sliding off a little bit here. Everything worked out really nice here until I put the glass in. This is a promo body, and I used the original glass, except it had no side windows, so those I had to make. But because they're thick, and all my test fitting I did without windows, that when I put the windows in and went to put the body to the chassis, I had to trim the sides of the wheel tubs. I mean, you don't see it when it's on. You wouldn't see it anyway, but it just enough interference that it wouldn't go together. I was lucky that I found most all the decals that I needed to do this. There's not many reference pictures of this car, and the job rolling papers decal was just on one of Slick's mini sheets, and coincidentally it had the Jolly Rancher also on the same sheet. I mean, I really hadn't planned on building this car for a long time, but I had that decal just by accident, so I found a Beretta promo, and the wheels started turning in my head because of the decal. That's the main reason I built this. And there's under the hood. Not a whole lot of detail, just the normal stuff. And the bottom's not really much to look at either, but nobody sees the bottom when it's on the shelf. So like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. I like building pro stock cars that you don't see often, that most people don't think to build. So that's how I ended up doing this one. And like I said, because of the decal, that one decal started the whole process. So that's that. Now I'll show you what I'm starting on next. And I'm hoping that I didn't bite off more than I can chew here. What I have is, it's a Datsun 510. And for some reason or another, I decided to chop the top. I really didn't have a plan for this. It's just kind of evolving as I go, and I now have a plan. It was always going to be some kind of a drag car, but I kind of decided, because this is such a little car, it needs a little engine. So I decided to make like a modern day competition eliminator. It's going to be a K altered because it's going to be a 4-cylinder. What I have here is an old Chevy 250 6-cylinder, and I cut it in the middle, took a chunk out of it to give it the same length as a V8. And this is a head from a Pro Mod. It's actually the Ford. So I think I'm going to crossbreed here maybe and put I'm not 100% sure. I do have a big block Chevy head also, if I can find it. Yeah. So I may go with the big block Chevy. I may go with the Ford. I kind of like the valve cover that comes with the Ford. It's a like a semi-Hemi, like a 429 style. I don't know if you can see the, yeah, spark plug holes there. And these competition eliminator classes, they're always crossbreeding and hybrid things, you know, so it's kind of fun. I dropped the oil pan. But it's going to have, you know, a modern day oil pan, dry sump system probably. And I'll cut this transmission off. It'll probably get a power glide. It'll be a K altered automatic. But the chop has really got me going crazy. That's a piece of styrene for filler. So I had to cut this roof in 4 pieces. So I have the front back together with a piece of styrene strip in the middle. So that's, I don't know if I can do this with the camera and try to hold it in place. But that will go like that, and then it's going to get another filler piece. And because I didn't want to cut it in 6 pieces, I'm just going to make my own doorpost here after I get the roof back on. And hopefully I can get it straight and level without a ton of filler in it. I mean, obviously it's going to have some filler. And I'm going to make a tube chassis. And going to have little tires on the back. Because it's just a 4-cylinder. I'm kind of undecided here on which way to go with tires. I got a short, little bit wide tire. It's not real wide for this car, but then I also got a real narrow. None of my wheels seem to fit that though. The hole's too big inside, so I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. You dig through the parts box too. I may have some other small slicks, but that's pretty much it. In the background you can see my Barracuda, and I don't really want to unveil the paint and decals yet, and I have it sitting there with a window. I'm gluing windows in it right now, so that'll be the next video within the next couple of days probably, because it's coming along pretty quick. I usually don't get too finished this close together, but seems like it's going to happen this time. But you can also see the chassis back there, so you can see what wheels I went with. And with my way of building, once the body's painted and cleared and decaled, the car is almost finished, because I always finish the whole bottom, the chassis, before I paint the body. So like I said, once the body's painted, it's almost finished. So within the next couple of days, that'll be finished and I'll have another video. So thanks for watching. See you next time.